So you're building a mock and you want to connect two base plates together, but you're not exactly sure how to go about doing it. In this video, I'm going to show you the absolute best way to connect two base plates together so that your mock not only looks good, but is very easy to transport. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the tutorial. Real quick before we get into the video, I just want to say that if you find this tutorial helpful, definitely click that subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you never miss when I upload a new tutorial video. So here I just have a clear plastic container containing the pieces that you will need to connect your base plates efficiently. So some of these pieces can be changed out for other pieces depending on what you were building. I'm going to go for a little nature scene in this mock, so I have used a lot of browns and greens. But depending if you want to build like a base or something, you can use definitely grays or whatever colors you want. But some pieces you do need no matter what. So the pieces that will actually be connecting the base plates together are these little Technic bricks and a one black Technic pin. So since I'm only connecting two base plates in this tutorial, I need one brick per base plate and then one pin. And then, like I said, I'm building a nature scene, so I just have a lot of greens and browns. I only have one in each of these little things, but I do have more that I'll be building with. And the other thing that you really do need is just a bunch of rainbow bricks. Doesn't matter what color, doesn't matter what size. Bigger bricks are nice since they take up more space, but you can use 1x2s if you want to. So you do need these to support your mock. And then you also need a border color, and since I'm doing a nature scene, I'll be using brown to kind of represent dirt. And if you're doing anything that is like on Earth or some sort of planet, I would recommend brown since it represents dirt. But if you want to use like grays or something for rocks, you definitely can. So you do need the Technic elements that I showed. You do need a border brick color that will be solid all the way around. You do need the rainbow bricks, and then you need whatever you are building on top. I'm just using pieces to create a nature scene. So those are the pieces that you will need. Let's go ahead and get building. So first thing that you're going to want to do is just take a bunch of your border bricks. I'm just go ahead and grab them out here. And what you want to do is just take one base plate for now and just start putting a border around your base plate. You can use 1x2, you can use 1x bricks, you can use 2x's. You can really use whatever bricks that you want. I prefer bigger bricks since they do take up more space, but you can see here that I wound up with a one stud wide gap, so I can use a 1x brick right there. And basically you're going to use just go like this around every single side that will stick out. So like these two sides of the base plates will be touching, so you will not see those sides when the mock is together. So you don't need a row of border bricks here, you just need it around the other three sides. And I'm going to go ahead and do a quick little time lapse and get the rest of these border bricks on both base plates. Alright, so I have all of the border bricks laid out. You can see I have it on all four sides of the mock that are facing outwards. And on the two insides of the base plates, I have nothing since that is not important to have a good looking outside when it's not even going to be seen. So the next step that you want to do is fill in the inside. And basically what you're going to do there is just take some of your rainbow bricks and just grab a bunch here. And like I said, these can be any size. I just like the bigger ones since they take up more space. Basically what you're going to do is I will start just on the outside here. Is you just want to go ahead and start putting down bricks. I like to leave a one stud gap in between. And you can definitely start getting kind of like mathematical in how you're placing down your bricks. I really don't. If I am using something like a 2x2 brick, I do like to space those out fairly evenly. But if you're just using these big ones, just a one stud gap between all of them. It really doesn't matter what size they are. And like here you can see, and that brick is not going to fit, so we're going to take 1x6. You find up butting up to the edge, that is okay. Go ahead, put this brick here, and you can see like I don't want to have a 2 stud gap, So I should just go up to the edge again there. And I do like using 2x2s as well. Big bricks or 2x2s are my favorite. As you can see here, you can get a nice little pattern with your 2x2s, and you can get a nice little support. So either use big bricks or 2x2s, those are my favorite, but you can use whatever you want. One stud wide bricks I do not really recommend, since you need more of them, and they just don't take up enough space. I like having the 2 stud wide bricks. So here you can get an idea of what kind of pattern I go for when I'm using 2x2 bricks. So like I said, you can use whatever you want as long as you are filling up the base plates, and just leave a 1 stud gap. And if you wind up needing support in there, you can take a 1x brick. So if you wind up needing support in between these bricks, you can just drop a 1 stud wide brick right in there and support that area. You can go ahead, do another time lapse, and fill this all in with nice pretty colors. So I have all of these support bricks down, and you'll notice that I made sure not to cross the base plate line. So I still have 2 completely separate base plates that I need to connect. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your Technic bricks that I showed you at the beginning. Just put those right there for now. And you're going to take your Technic pin, and what you're going to do, put your Technic pin in one of the bricks, just like that. And then you're going to put the other brick on, just like that. So you're going to have this weird looking little assembly. Get them lined up fairly nice, and then find the center of your base plate. So I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4. I'm thinking the center's about here. About. Just going to find the center, and you're going to put it on both base plates, so right across that line. You're going to put 1 on one base plate and 1 on the other base plate. Now notice these don't wiggle too much. It does wiggle a little bit, but it's not too big of a deal. And now your base plates are connected, so if you need these to come apart so you can pick this up easier, you just slide it apart. And look at that. The pin stays 1 brick, the other one pops right out. And if you need to connect these again, like you have it at your convention, you need to put it together, slide it together. It's super easy, and it's just a great little technique. So now that you have all of that down, you can start making your mock. Basically what you want to do is just be sure never to cross a line in between the base plate, since if you do wind up putting a plate that would overlap, so if you wind up taking like a plate here and putting it over like this technique no longer works. Those pins will not come apart because of this plate. So you want to make sure you can go right up to the edge. You can cover the bricks just like this. But just make sure that you never cross that line so you can separate this if you have to. And I'm not going to time-lapse me putting plates on top of this, since at this point the mock is really your own and you can build whatever you want on top. I'm just going to build something simple just to show you guys a completed version of this technique. So I have gone ahead and put on all of the green plates. This obviously isn't a very exciting mock, it's just a bunch of green, but it's really just supposed to serve as an example to show how well this technique works. Since just glancing at this, you really can't tell where the base plates are connected. And I can just go ahead, pull this apart. And there you go, the base plates are separated, and you can put them back together. You can even stack these if you want, since they are flat on top. And you can build whatever you want on top of this. This design will work with absolutely any mock. Just as long as you never cross this line right there, so you can still separate the base plates, you can build absolutely anything you want. You can build a forest, mountains, plains, a base, a house, anything. Just as long as you never cross this line, you'll be able to separate the base plates and transport your mock very, very easily. And this technique can be applied to mocks that are bigger than 2 base plates. You just put a Technic pin on every single side that you want to connect another base plate. So if you're going to have this base plate be the center, you can put a Technic pin on every single side and connect base plates to this on every single side. That will work very well as well. And I think that is pretty much it for the technique. Just make sure that you never cross this line, and this technique will work every time. If you found this tutorial helpful and want to see more, definitely click that subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you never miss when I upload a new tutorial video. And also please leave a like on the video and also leave a comment with your thoughts on this technique. And that will be it for me today, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.